Hey, hi, what's up? Thank you for tuning into my channel. I'm Cassie Nugent, and this video is going to go over what I would call my round 3 of my fitness journey. This is round 3 because this is my postpartum, pretty much a recap of my postpartum journey after I had my second born, Jonah, which would be like this past little over a year. So today I'm going to go in a little more detail on exactly what did I do to lose the 67 pounds I gained and how I progressed over time, because I think that a lot of people just assume, oh, they see these people working out and they're like, oh, they started like there, but that's not true. Like, it took a lot of time to get me to be able to do the workouts that I'm doing today, and I know that I'm nowhere where I want to be. So that's a little bit about what this video is going to be. Let's get to it. So starting with the first like 6 weeks after I had him, obviously I did a lot of resting. I really didn't do anything the first week just because I couldn't. I had a cervix tear that was pretty gruesome, and I definitely just listened to my body. I think that that's extremely important if you're starting from a postpartum journey, is like listen to your doctor. Do not rush things. Do things slowly, like let your body recover. You just birthed a freaking human. So I kind of started walking with the family, like little tiny, less than a mile walks. I would say at like in between 2 and 3 weeks, and then the rest of the 6 weeks I kind of just walked and pushed it as much as I could or felt comfortable doing. I didn't do anything strenuous. I didn't do any lifting. I listened to my body and recovered, because that is super important. If you're starting from scratch and you're not just having a baby, I would still say, like, if you're going to start walking, is a great way to just start implementing movement, because at the end of the day, if you're going from nothing, like adding in anything is gonna be beneficial. With my first fitness journey, when I lost weight in high school, I literally started by just walking. I went outside and I did like a mile walk at first, and I would get up and up and up, and eventually I was doing like 3-mile walks and whatnot. I didn't have any equipment or anything, so outside was my equipment, and I just walked, and that helped me with my first fitness journey of losing 30 pounds. So I'd say walking is definitely not a bad place to start. So when I got approved to work out at 6 weeks and cleared by my doctor, I started out just focusing on cardio, because I knew mentally I really wanted to see a drop in the scale, because that motivates me and keeps me going, and I knew that from the past, and I knew my body would respond well by just starting out just doing cardio and starting with 20 minutes of cardio. I think I got up to 35 minutes of cardio. I have a Bowflex Max Trainer M3, and I use that for my cardio, and it is a workout. It definitely, I feel it. So I dropped the weight, and I was like, okay, like now I'm feeling like I can move more. I'm not like, I've just felt like a little better, and I felt comfortable at about 4.5 months postpartum to start adding in strength training. At about 4.5 months, added strength training in, and I was still doing 30 to 35 minutes on the Max Trainer. I started with 3 supersets of exercises that I added in after my cardio, and I was doing them 5 days a week, if 6 if I felt up to it, and I was doing 35 minutes of cardio, and like I quickly realized that this is just not gonna work. Like I was getting burnout. I was like starving all the time, and I was like, okay, I think I tried to jump a little too fast. So I eased off the cardio, because I did not want to change like with strength training. I wanted to still do the strength training and focus on that at this point. So I eased back on the cardio, and I started doing 20-minute cardio sessions just to warm up. Like at this point in my journey, like I still want to see these pounds drop off, because I still had ways to go before I was going to be comfortable with the scale. And not everyone should weigh themselves, and the scale is definitely not everything. It's just, for me, it's a motivating factor when I'm seeing over the week like I'm losing weight. It's something that I modify my workouts according to like how I felt like my results were going. So I continued working out this way for probably, I would say, about until like 9 months postpartum. So from 4.5 to 9 months, I just focused on progressing my strength training. So I started out doing 3 sets of each superset. So I was doing 9 like sets, and then the reps would depended on like what the exercise was, but I would do that for both upper body and lower body. So during that whole time I was doing the 20 minutes of cardio on the machine. After I warm up I always stretch, and then I would do my strength training, and I went from 3 sets of 3 supersets. The reps depended on the moves, which I would progress. By 9 months I was doing 4 sets of 4 supersets, and my weights were way heavier. So I definitely think that would be a good detailed YouTube video to go over like how I progressed over this last fitness journey, and it could maybe help you figure that out, because that's like a process. 9 to 10 months obviously my strength training had progressively gotten way more intense. So I'm doing 25 minutes of cardio for a warm-up, and then I decided I was going to start taking 2 rest days a week, which is something that is mentally a huge win for me, because with my first round and second round of my fitness journey, I'd say I was scared of rest days. Like I was like, if I rest more than 1 day a week, like I'm not trying hard enough. This time around I realized like your body needs rest. I'm pushing the strength training days, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go down to 2 days of rest, and I'm gonna do 2 upper body days, 2 lower bodies, and I'm gonna have a strict full body day. Did that up until the beginning of May. So as I've been working on my certification, I've been learning, so I'm implementing that in my programming. At this point, I have lost all of my baby weight, I would say. I am definitely still not the same measurements as I was before Jonah, but I'm working on it. That's another reason you can say like the scale isn't everything, because I'm weighing the same I was weighing, but the measurements, like I still have a few inches to lose. Overall, I just feel good. Like I don't feel like I want to lay around all day. It's easier to be productive. I feel like I'm more engaged with things that I'm doing, and I'm just overall like happier. I'm in a better mood. After I had little Isaac, I didn't add strength training in for probably like 1.5 years. So like I definitely see a huge difference in like the results I got this round of my fitness journey versus the second round or the first round. Some things I would like to say that I have learned and point out to you all from this third round of my fitness journey or my postpartum journey with Jonah would be to take rest days. I think that rest days are super important, and I realize that now. Take your rest days, especially like if you're just starting out, just do 3 days on. Take rest days. It's not going to kill your progress, and it might even help you make more progress. The second thing I want to bring up, you at some point track macros. I'd say don't just track calories, like track your macros, see where your calories are coming from, and I think it's really important to know what of those calories are you consuming. So I learned this time around it's more important than just the calories, but it's where those calories come from. It does not need to be something you do forever. It just is such a learning experience for you, and you'll learn your portion sizes, how much protein you should really have on your plate. Next I'm gonna say is consistency is key. You'll hear me say that probably 1,000 times, and I talk about it on my Instagram, and I will continue preaching it because it is so true. There have been a few months during this fitness journey that with my postpartum journey with Jonah that I have not seen any change on the scale, and I was getting so discouraged at first, and I was like, what am I doing? I am tracking my food, I am working out, like what is going on? And then all of a sudden the next month I was dropping weight like crazy, and it's a journey. Give it time. Do not give up because 2 weeks go by and you don't see anything. Maybe like if it's 4 or 6 weeks and there's nothing, you're not seeing progress in your photos, you're not seeing progress on the scale, you're not seeing progress in your measurements, like you should reevaluate what you're doing. It's not all about the scale. Don't get discouraged. Just keep on keeping on, because like I'm gonna say 1,000 more times, consistency is key. It really is. And then this is another like totally opinion. Don't just do cardio. Don't do it. Don't just focus on cardio. There is so much more to fitness. If you love cardio, like I love cardio. Like I will never not have cardio, like regular cardio in my workout routine because I love it. So why would I not do it? And I think it's important that you don't just focus on cardio. Like cardio is definitely an important part of fitness and it's an important part of your health, but it's not the only thing. Small changes add up. I added little things along the way to make it to where I could make this a sustainable lifestyle change, because it is a lifestyle. Like, you aren't going to just lose all this weight and then you can go eat like crap and not work out and not move your body and then expect to keep yourself looking and feeling the way you feel after you lost that weight or after you hit those goals. Like, you'll just go right back to where you were. Okay, if you don't drink any water, try to just get 4 cups of water, spread them out, 1 cup when you first wake up, 1 cup with each meal, and it will be way more sustainable. And I will forever preach that, like, just do small changes at a time. Like, don't go balls to the wall on day 1, because come day 7 you're gonna be like, like, I'm over it. And my final thing that I want to point out just real quick at the end of this video about what I learned so far round 3 of my fitness journey is that you need to stretch. There's just so many benefits to stretching. Don't skip it. Just don't be like, ugh, I don't feel like it. That's what I used to do anyways. I used to, like, I would do the insanity video and not do the cool down stretch because I'd be like, ugh, I'm over it. Like, stretching doesn't matter. Like, excuse me, what? Stretching matters. Stretching matters a lot. Right, so now you all are about to see an upper body workout you can do at home, at the gym, outside, wherever you are. You just need a little bit of equipment. So here you go. Alright y'all, so that was the workout for you. I hope you liked it, and if you give it a try, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.